Hi guys, good afternoon. I'm actually just on my way out to get Miss Alaska. I've taken the day off work. I've actually been off work like pretty much all week. I got tonsillitis, very terrible timing. So that's why my voice sounds a little funky, but Alaska has her first ENT appointment today. So if you are new here, I have two daughters and this vlog is kind of going to be like a bit of a doctor's appointments vlog kind of, because today Alaska has a ENT appointment, and then tomorrow Jeannie, my almost 2-year-old, has her like her first appointment in an autism evaluation. So I said in previous vlogs that I would just vlog this whole like experience, so I just thought I'd just pick up the camera and video this. So I'm about to go pick her up. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. Her appointment is in the city at 2:30, so going to go and pick her up and take her out there, and then obviously I will just update you guys how it goes, and then also film tomorrow and see how Jeannie's appointment goes. So yeah, it's like boiling in the car. I'm really sorry if you can't hear me. I've got the aircon cranking because it is 34 degrees outside today, so quite warm. And yeah, I'm just gonna get going, go pick Miss Alaska up, and I will fill you guys in after the appointment. We made it! What do you got? Do you have a chocolate?
It's not cereal chocolate.
Yeah, but did you eat a chocolate? Where are we, Alaska?
We're at the doctor's.
The doctor's. And what is the doctor gonna do? Check your ear?
Yeah. I get a lollipop.
Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, so we've made it to the doctor's. We're just about to go in, aren't we? You gonna be a good girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go in. Okay, and we made it out. How was that, Alaska? Good. So got a lot of information to go through, but pretty much, long story short, and I'll go over it a bit later after I've like read everything, but she is booked in to get her grommets in and her adenoids out in the middle of January. So she definitely needs...
I get a little backy.
Yeah. She definitely needs grommets. Once they're in, she needs another hearing test because the way her ears look, and just the results of the original hearing test, she's not sure if there's been actual permanent hearing damage. So we just can't tell until she's got the grommets in and the fluid's cleared. She's got fluid behind there. She's always got fluid behind there, and the fact that it's still there, and she's currently wearing like all the protective stuff when she goes swimming, like it's obviously just occurring from like when she goes in the bath, and she doesn't typically like submerge in the bath. So anyway, yeah, so she's definitely getting it done. We got approved for intermediate, which means like not private but not public. So anyway, I'll go through it later. We're gonna get home. We're totally gonna get stuck in like rush hour traffic, so fun times, but I will catch up with you guys later. Hey guys, good morning. So I completely did not get a chance to update last night. It was a little bit hectic. I had to drive like Alaska back to her Mimi's house because she was having a sleepover there in preparation for me doing Juniper's appointment today, and then I got stuck in traffic and then had to pick up Juniper, and then, you know, bed, bath, routine, and just the day got away from me, and then I just forgot. So basically I just wanted to quickly chat through everything we went through yesterday at the appointment. And you're gonna have to excuse my voice, like it's still not 100% after my tonsillitis episode, plus it's like really early morning, so you know. Anyway, so the appointment yesterday went really well. She pretty much looked in Alaska's ears, and we've been doing the earplugs and the swimming hat for like maybe like 6 weeks now, and doing that just in the pool. So not in the bath. We didn't get recommended to do it in the bath, but she said, look, there's been no improvement. Even doing that preventative measure, there is still so much fluid in her ears, like
it's, you know, it's really bad. She's got very much, they call it glue ear, so she had glue ear in both ears, like an excessive amount of fluid. And what she kind of said is like, she's definite candidate for grommets, she needs grommets. And she also did like a full inspection in her mouth and like up her nose. And she said her adenoids are very like enlarged, like they're big and they're swollen. And she said she recommends to get them out too, because it's all kind of like interconnected. Like I have no idea about this stuff. This is just what she explained to me, and she said it's all very interconnected, and Alaska's ears can't drain out. She has an issue where they're not draining out, but they're also not draining down, and that's why we keep getting these recurrent ear infections, because she's so blocked up and it's just not going anywhere. She asked me heaps of questions about like, is she congested? Does she struggle with like phlegm? And yes, like she gets so mad with phlegm, like it's like she can't move it, like it's just always there. So adenoids will come out, grommets will go in. This will happen mid-January. The way we're doing it is, somebody told me about it, I had no idea it was a thing. It's called intermediate care, and obviously this is going to be very Australia specific, but it's not public. You do have to pay for it. So the way she described it was, public you pay in waiting time, private you pay cash wise. This is kind of like an in-between. So it's a little bit of a wait still, and you do have to pay, but you don't have to pay an excessive amount. So the difference in the cost between intermediate and private is the theatre fee of the actual like operation. So that's quite an expensive fee. Like she said, $2,000 to $3,000, which is we just can't afford that out of pocket. So we're going intermediate. She can only take one patient per month for this intermediate care. November was booked. She did have December, but I work in retail and you just can't take time off in December in retail. So skip to January. So that's how we ended up in January. We have to pay her, and we have to pay for the hospital bed, and we have to pay for the anaesthetist, but there is Medicare rebates. So we've got like a quote of how much it will cost. It's significantly cheaper than private, and I'm talking thousands of dollars cheaper. So I'm really, really thankful for the person that told me that this was a thing, because I was at my wit's end and we were thinking we were just gonna have to like take a loan to pay for this, because like I'm talking like $5,000 or more to get this procedure done. And the thing about this procedure is, if the grommets fall out, you have to get it done again. And she said, you know, it is a possibility. So she did a repeat referral for the public hospital, just to keep us on the list. So if the grommets do happen to fall out, we can potentially get them back in through the public system, because obviously that's another like chunk of money that we don't exactly have. So once she gets them in, we go 2 weeks later for a like post-operative checkup, and then 2 weeks after that she goes for another hearing test. She said there's no way to tell if her hearing has been damaged until we have them in, and we can do a test after her hearing should, like after the fluid should have cleared. So that's the plan. She said it's not great that she's had 3 burst eardrums in a year. She said they do allow for, in a child that has this issue, they say, you know, 3 ear infections a year is considered like standard. It's not great, but they accept it. But she said a burst eardrum with everyone, not good. So that's just what it is. This is kind of what it looks like. It's just a little tube. They cut a small incision in the eardrum and put it in, and it helps drain. So that is that. She will have to fast, so that's going to be a fun process. Obviously I'll vlog when this happens, but that is the update with Miss Alaska. And then today Miss Juniper and I are going to be heading out for her appointment, which is the beginning of her autism evaluation. So I will, when she gets up, I'll take you guys through what we had to do last night. We had to do a little questionnaire, and then we'll start our day with. Just as I finish filming that, I can hear Miss Jeannie waking up. Let's go say hello. She's not in her bed, she's in the big bed. Good morning. Hello. You got a book? Have you got a book? Oh, what? You don't want me to sit down? You want to get up? Do you want to get up? You do? Yeah? Okay. You gonna eat your cereal? No. She's my little koala. Look at this. Okay, I'm just gonna chat to you guys while I fold laundry because this is a whole situation. So I need to get on top of this. Like I said, I was sick. Oh, what's happening here? I was sick and I just, had to stop doing everything pretty much. And then the laundry piles up real fast around here. So now I've got a bit of a situation. So I'm just gonna fold while I chat. And also, I'm just full of apologies. I'm sorry for my attire. This is what I slept in last night and it's too early to get changed. My kids wake up early, so I don't have Alaska today. I've got Jeannie. She woke up at just after 5:15. Very annoying. Anyway, so whilst I fold, I just wanted to chat a little bit about this. So this is the Ages and Stages questionnaire. I believe it's a global thing, it's not Australia specific. I'm pretty sure they have this in the States, and it's like a standardized questionnaire for the ages, obviously by the name, and I guess it's the first thing they do in a evaluation, just to determine if your child is kind of at the level they should be at for their age. And I've had a lot of people tell me take it with a grain of salt because some of it is exposure based. Some of the things you wouldn't have had your kid in that situation, so they wouldn't know how to do it because they've never had to do it before, which does make sense. But I got given this questionnaire. Here she comes. Hello. What you doing? Are you gonna sit with me? You can sit with me. So I got given this questionnaire probably over a month ago. She was still 20 months old at the time, and they said to me don't do this now. Don't even read it now because so much can change, in a month or two time frame. They specifically wanted me to fill it out the day before we went to this appointment, which I did last night. But I did read it just so I could get an idea, and there were some, and I'm glad I read it because there were some things that I would never have even done with her. So how am I supposed to know if she can do it? And but after testing those things with her, I've learned that she doesn't do them. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it's just going to take too long. But long story short, there's 30 questions on there, and you respond with yes, sometimes, not yet. Out of the 30 things that a standard 22-month-old should be doing, she can do 7 of them. So she's definitely a little behind in all, and it's not just in one thing, it's in all aspects. If I quickly flick through communication, definitely behind. I wasn't able to put yes for any of them. Gross motor, she's Some were yes, some were sometimes, some were no. Fine motor, I could only say yes twice. Problem solving, I could only say yes once. So it's kind of like all over. There is another section which is personal, social. Again, I could only say yes once. So it, you know, it's hard because obviously we wouldn't be doing this in the first place if they didn't have concerns. Like the pediatrician suggested for us to do this evaluation when she was about 16 months old, just from the way she was kind of acting just at the appointment that we went to the pediatrician for something completely different. And then she asked about her behavior, and then we kind of like got onto this topic, and she suggested an autism evaluation. And I was kind of like, seriously? Like, okay, I thought she just had like a speech delay. But then kind of as the time's gone on, more and more things start kind of like, you know, popping up, and she's almost 2 now. She's just got a lot of behaviors that I know that are different, like compared to how my first compared to how my first daughter would respond in social situations and, you know, interact with other kids. Like, it is different. It's very different. So I shouldn't be surprised doing this questionnaire that, you know, she's scoring so low, but it's still hard to read. Like, you know, it's your baby, and it's hard to read that she's fairly behind for her age. So I guess we will take that with us and see what that looks like after the appointment today. It did have a section where it's like, are you concerned about your child's behavior? Is, you know, can you explain what concerns you? So I did fill that in because, like, if you followed me on Instagram, you would see that I post some like stories of what we struggle with. She has excessive meltdowns, like a lot, all day. Some days it's literally from the second she opens her eyes, just never happy. Like, I cannot put her down. Like, and it is interesting because it's worse when she's around others. Like, if it's just me and her, like today, she's happily occupied. She's doing some colouring with a pen. She's watching the Wiggles. It's fine. If her sister was here, guarantee I wouldn't be able to do this. Like, she can't handle her sister touching her. She can't handle like any kind of like conflict. Like, it's just meltdown after meltdown after meltdown. And we really struggle with her. And then if something, you know, happens, it's just immediately on the floor hitting her head. She needs to be on me. She needs to be like stroking and chewing my hair. Like, so I listed all these behaviors, but what else has concerned me recently is like other children in public. If we're at like a park or something and another kid like approaches her or something like that, she doesn't interact with them. She scowls, she turns away, she tries to push their face away. And then last week I started noticing that when the little boy didn't move when she was pushing him in the face, she sat down and she rocked. And when I saw that, I was like, oh God. So obviously we don't know anything yet. We'll just take it day by day. But it's a lot. So that's where we're going to today. Yeah, there's not really much more to say. Just gonna keep folding my mountain of laundry. Her lunch as well, so we are going out this morning. So just quickly show you. I'm going to show you in here, otherwise she's going to want it. But we've got these little bento boxes, half a banana. She's got like little rice crackers and chicken loaf and cheese. These are like little kangaroo chip things, and then this is a muesli bar. So it's a little yellow lunch today. Here we go. Okay, come on. Look at the state of my lounge room. Off we go. Alright, so we're just heading out. I've got my little paperwork, got myself a very nice spoon bag, wait for mommy. Let's go do this. Going yet? Not yet. Okay, so finished up that appointment. Honestly, didn't really get any answers. Probably got more questions than answers. So they just graded the ASQ and then they pass it back to the pediatricians. So really, that wasn't much of an appointment, but she did grade it. She did tell me that she has delays in communication, problem solving, fine motor, and borderline gross motor, borderline social. So I'm surprised that social isn't more, but it does just depend on the 5 questions that they ask. So I'll go into a little bit more detail later, but we are just on our way to go and get Miss Alaska now. To be continued, I guess. How's that going, Alaska? That's a big bite of ice cream. Is it cold?
It's raining.
Yeah, it is.
No. It's raining. It's pouring.
You're telling our friends. Okay, so kids are distracted for a minute. They're not in the bath yet. They are waiting to get in the bath. It's just filling. You can probably hear it. But I thought I'd just quickly talk about appointment we had today before I close out this vlog. And honestly, didn't find out a lot. Nothing really happened. Basically, the entire point of the appointment today, and like, I'm in the dark. I haven't been told what happens at each appointment. I haven't been told like what this whole process looks like. What's up? Whoa. Okay, that's great. Hey, Laska, could you go blow that in Mum and Daddy's bedroom? So yeah, I haven't been told like what happens at these appointments, anything like that. I've literally we got referred by the pediatrician. They said you have to book in this appointment with these people. They give you this, etc., etc. So when I go in, she's like, so why are you here today? And I'm like, I have this questionnaire. I was told to make this appointment with you. And she was like, oh, okay. Oh, we just grade this and we send it back to the pediatrician. So like, I feel like that's a bit of a wasted bit of time because I go to the pediatrician again in a month anyway. Surely I could have just filled this out and taken it back to the pediatrician. I don't know, but basically they don't do anything except grade it. So she graded it, told me nothing I didn't already know. She's delayed in pretty much everything. The only one awesome. The only one she didn't score delayed in was personal social, which I find really interesting, but it's because some of the questions are not social as in with other people. It's like, does your child drink from a cup or glass? Does your child push a stroller around? So she does those things. So she didn't score delayed in that area, which I just find interesting because she's definitely like not a social kid. But anyway, she was delayed in all other areas. And so that's pretty much, I already knew that. And so I said, like, what happens with that information? And she said, goes back to the pediatrician and then they decide what course of action is taken and if she gets a diagnosis. So pretty much a waiting game. So I don't really have anything to update on. That was just what happened at the appointment. She was saying like, oh, it's really unfortunate there's such long waits because like early intervention is really important. And I'm like, yeah, like, thank you. So yeah, a little bit frustrating because she's basically telling me what I already know, and she's like saying, oh, that's really unfortunate. Like early intervention is really key if you're talking about like learning difficulties and like autism and that kind of thing. And I'm like, I know, I realize this. Like, what do you want me to do? Like nothing I can control. So pediatrician date is in November. So I guess we'll just wait and see what happens next. Oh, thank you, baby. That's very nice. You made me a burger. Oh, you coming up? Oh, geez. Oh, are you up? I don't want to drop you. So that is it. That is the little vlog with my two munchkins. Can you... Oh, how about you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks. I'm going to leave it here, guys. Thanks for watching. I will update when I know more. Bye.